Okay guys, so I'm here to tell you about some confirmations of our Rapture high watch period that are very special to me. I think you will find them very encouraging as I do. But before I do that, I just want to review our April watch season. The following clip is just over 1 minute and is taken from a video I posted here on February 3 this year. Take a look. I watched Hanukkah 2025 via the Menorah watch season, and in the same way, I'm going to be watching April 2026 via what I'm going to call the April watch season, simply because Feast of Unleavened Bread watch season is hard to say. So here we have Nisan 15 through 21, that's the Feast of Unleavened Bread, on the Hebrew calendar as commonly reckoned, but the biblical month begins with the full moon. So we would also need a Nisan 15 through Nisan 21 on that reckoning based on the full moon. So that's what we have here. The total system is 7 plus 7 plus 7 days, which is pretty cool. It is centered on the Hebrew day that begins at sundown on April 11 and spans all the way to sundown April 12. So I expect that centerpiece to be a real collector of symbolism. Not that it is necessarily a high watch day for the Rapture. Of course, you know, as I said in my last video, I'm especially watching Nisan 16 and 17. And I'll first watch Nisan 16 and 17 as commonly reckoned, and then I'm going to watch Nisan 16 and 17 as reckoned on the biblical month, if necessary. Okay, so check this out. Not only is sundown on April 11 to sundown April 12 the exact middle of the overall April watch season, also, as commonly reckoned, this date is Nisan 25, or 125 on the Hebrew calendar. The numbers 1, 2, and 5 are found in the iconic Rapture text, Revelation 12:5. I actually believe that Nisan 25 this year is a divinely purposeful nod to that verse. Yet in my opinion, there is something even more amazing about this date this year. The Hebrew date on April 11 through 12 this year sections off 7 days from 4 days between the two versions of Nisan 16 through 17 we will be watching most intently for the Rapture. And 74 is the ordinal gematria value of the name Jesus. I believe that in this way, this exact watch season structure symbolically and yet purposefully proclaims Jesus. Central to that proclamation is the Hebrew date from April 11 to April 12, or Nisan 25. And what's more, exactly 7 times 4 years, or 28 years, before this day was the Hebrew day on which I was baptized. It gets better because April 11 through 12, 1998, was Nisan 16, exactly 7 times 4 years on the Hebrew calendar before our highest watch date for the Rapture this year. To me, this is just absolutely incredible and so exciting. When I realized all this, it made much more sense to me why my personal car has a license plate that reads Faith 1998 in one of my wife's first languages. We did not choose that plate code. It was assigned to the car before we purchased it, and we have long seen it to be a miraculous reference to my baptism in 1998. Confirmation of this fact is seen in that the day I bought the car, March 29, 2021, happened to be Nisan 16 that year, the same Hebrew day I was baptized on. Recently, I discovered that the ordinal gematria value of the license plate code, the very one that means Faith 1998, as translated from one of my wife's first languages, happens to be 47. The value of the plate code is 47, guys. Of course, 4 times 7 equals 7 times 4 equals 28. This is the 28 years from my baptism late on April 11, 1998, which my car has long been miraculously underscoring, to late on April 11, 2026, the very center of our highly anticipated April watch season. There's actually so much more I could say about April 11 through 12, and I plan to do so in the future, but for now I just wanted to introduce it in relation to what we are looking at and show you that the Lord has been up to something truly incredible that should both interest and excite us greatly. God bless.